Coming up on Omitted.
I sent a picture of Common App because I was logging back in to make sure I got everything. And then she's like, why are you logging back in? And I'm like, I needed to check something.
Hello and welcome back to Omitted. Omitted is the Classics Premier College Admissions podcast where we sit down with Townsend Harris seniors and talk about the college application process. This episode is part 2 of the last one with Rachel. She's coming to Harvard University. In this episode, you'll hear about classes, extracurricular activities, and awards. This episode is also hosted by our photography editor, Emily Zhang. This is Season 5, Episode 7. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm a sophomore at Townsend Harris High School.
And I'm Rachel. I'm a current senior at Townsend Harris High School.
Where will you be committing to in the fall?
I'll be committing to Harvard.
About like extracurriculars, did you it was like 10, right? And you list them?
Yes. So I started with club positions, or it asks you to rank in importance, which I don't think I have it ranked here in my little document, but I'll just list off the things I had. So I put being an art director for Sing, president for the Nightingale Theatre Company, stage manager for the Spring Musical, being a part of design for robotics. I put 2 of my summer programs, so I did a engineering virtual summer program at JHU, and I did Girls Who Code for a year. And then I put some of my volunteer activities down. So I did this program. I don't know if it's a program actually. It's a website, but it's called Library of Congress, where you sort of just transcribe documents that aren't readable by computers. So you would just sit there, try and read very, let's say, Declaration of Independence style handwriting, some questionable handwriting. Mm-hmm. You would sit there deciphering it and just typing it out. I did this, I worked with this organization called Best Seeds, where you can either write uplifting letters, or you can draw art again. You can draw and put an uplifting message with it, and it's for healthcare workers and patients. And I also added family responsibilities because that's been a big part of my life.
Yeah, kind of on the family responsibilities thing. Is it like you felt was an importance in your college essays or your admissions process that you emphasize that your family oriented person, helping them at home and stuff?
Or it wasn't exactly a big part of my college application. When I put down family responsibilities, it was more because it took a lot of my time up, and it was important to me. I want to help my parents. Either it be actually manually helping them with chores, or helping them at the restaurant, just making sure that they have the stuff that they need, covering them when they have to go to the doctor. So just taking over my mom's job for a bit as she's at some appointment, or when she has to go off somewhere. So that's what I really wrote in that section there. But aside from mentioning it in my extracurriculars, I didn't mention it all that much in my supplements.
How long did you dedicate towards each of your, not each of them, but your extracurriculars? You know how there's a place, I think, in your Common App where you list out the hours per week or what, that type of, how long did you dedicate your time towards?
I can read out, at least for actually I could probably just read all of this out. So in Common App, it asks you for hours per week and then weeks per year, and this was a lot of math because I was not keeping track. So I would backtrack and be how much time did I actually spend on this? Especially for being an art director for Sing, it was hard to track because you do a lot of work in the summer, and how do you factor that summertime into hours per week during the school year? So that was a bit annoying, but I ended up settling on 10 hours per week, and I said 20 weeks total with a question mark, which really shows how unsure I was. But I tried to sort of I didn't want to overestimate, but I also didn't want to underestimate, so it was kind of this weird balance in between. For being a president for the Nightingale Theatre Company, I said 3 hours per week with 36 weeks because our school year is 36 weeks. For being a stage manager for the spring musical, I said 12 hours per week and 16 weeks. And then for robotics, I said 25 hours per week and 12 weeks per year. Summer programs, for the one I did with JHU, I put 28 hours per week. It was really intensive, and 5 weeks per year, or in that year. For Girls Who Code, I put 5 hours per week, 6 weeks per year. And for my volunteer hours, I put, or for this one it was a bit difficult because I wasn't really consistent in my volunteering because my volunteer organizations were digital and there was no like set quota per week, so I sort of just did it when I had time. So what I ended up doing was I would go and I would check how many hours I had per organization and then guesstimate how much time I had been working with that organization and then just divide. So for Library of Congress, I found 41 hours and I roughly guesstimated I worked with them for 15 weeks. So I just divided and said 3 hours per week, which isn't really true because what I actually did was I would do a lot in one sitting. There was this one time where I did 11 hours in one sitting.
Oh my god. What?
That it's hard to sort of like break that down into hours per week, so I ended up just averaging it. For best seeds, I put I had another number next to it and I was very confused. I had 39 hours, and for that I put 2 hours per week for 20 weeks per year. Family responsibilities was I did 6 hours per week and 50 weeks per year.
That's good. Do you think like these made you like stand out as an applicant compared to everyone else? Like just because I think it's like very like engineering and art based, so I think that's like overall from the outside it looks like you focused on those. Was that like something that wasn't intentional, or did you just like happen to coincidentally have it like all your extracurriculars line up in like those categories?
Actually the like extracurriculars lining up was a complete accident. I didn't mean for them to line up. I sort of started just joining things that I liked and it ended up being like a lot of theater and then robotics randomly, but I sort of noticed that trend in my application, so I sort of like geared to focus on telling a sort of cohesive narrative of like I am a almost creator in a sense. I like making things, and I guess my extracurriculars supported that.
You want to talk about like your awards and like how you, I know you didn't like list them out, but your awards on your Common App.
I actually didn't have that many, but I ended up putting my national Latin exam scores. So I got a perfect score for beginning Latin and a gold medal for intermediate Latin, and I put AP Scholar with distinction, which is something that most people can probably put. If you don't have anything, please put it down. And the last one's probably the most unique one. I got a award for a competition I did this year, actually, in senior year, back in, I think, December. It's called the We the People, the Bill of Rights, and the Constitution competition. I actually did it for my AP Government class, which I'm very grateful for having. But yeah, that's what I had for my awards. That's it.
Okay. Did you get like, how'd you get the opportunities for like extracurriculars, like, or awards? But I know that you said like AP Gov, so.
Yeah, the awards, or for the awards specifically, all of it was sort of, I sort of happened upon them by just being in school. For extracurriculars, it's kind of the same story. I sort of just joined activities in school that I liked. For volunteer hours, I went online, right? There was this database that, or it was like a Google Doc that, I forgot who sent it out, but it was sent out and it was just a list of, or I think it was called the Community Service Hand Guide or something like that. And at the end, there was a list of a bunch of what is it called? Organizations that you could work with to get community service hours, and that's where I found Library of Congress. I found Best Seeds it was through Instagram. I found one organization that was similar to it, and I showed my friend, and then I asked, hey, you want to do this together? And then they said, oh, I found another one that was very similar, which happened to be Best Seeds, and I'm not sure if they ended up doing it, but I ended up working with Best Seeds for a bit.
Wait, I want to talk about your interviews. Like, did you have like a Harvard interview, and then like what about the other schools? I know you also gone to Cornell. Did you have like an interview for Cornell?
No, Cornell did not have an interview.
Just like supplementals and stuff. What about like any other schools you applied to? Did you get any like interviews?
I did apply to MIT. I did get an interview. Did not get into MIT. Very sad about it, but I think that's the only other school that interviewed. It was MIT and Harvard. Those two were the only ones.
You want to talk about like your separate experiences with both? Because I know it's like with an alumni, right? So it's like kind of dependent on like who you get, and like that's how it like usually runs, right?
So I
start with MIT because that's like
okay.
hard.
For MIT, I had a in-person interview at a Starbucks, and I was like really nervous because this was the first one that I had done. I think
the first one.
Yeah, this was the first one that I had ever done. I hadn't actually done official interviews. I had done like school interviews for like club positions, but it doesn't feel the same. Yeah. It's got more weight to it, right? So for MIT, when the interviewer, when they sent out an email asking us to like select a time slot, I think it was during robotics actually. I was panicking because I was trying to word this email and the words were not wording. So I was really panicked about it, and when I got there I was also very, very nervous because I got there early and I ended up getting a drink and I had to wait because the interviewee before me hadn't been done, or they weren't done.
So they were like right in front of you, or like?
Oh no, I didn't know where they were.
Oh, okay.
Right, so I was just sitting in the Starbucks like trying to doom scroll.
Did they like update you on like, oh yeah, I'm not here yet, can you like wait?
Oh, the interviewer was at the Starbucks the entire time because there was more people before me.
Okay, so they were at the same place. You just like you kind of like watched them, kind of.
Or I didn't end up watching them because I was too busy trying not to panic, and I didn't know where they were because the Starbucks was actually very crowded.
Okay.
But the interview before me ran late, and so I was panicking. I was like, but I ended up doing the interview. I think I was a bit too socially awkward with it because I didn't. It was my first experience, right? So I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know really how to prepare either. So fumbled a little bit there, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's okay. About your Harvard one, did you like prepare more for after like going through the I guess just 2 interviews, right? So did you like expect anything more or like less?
Well, I had a bit more of an idea of what I should prepare for, but I have a really bad track record with interviews because I somehow missed the email that my interviewer sent me. My Gmail never registered it, right? And I tried to look for it afterwards. I still can't find that email. It's just gone in the void. But luckily, my interviewer like sent another email that was just like, hey, checking in if you didn't see my last email. I'm doing interviews, right? So this one, the in-person location would have been in Manhattan, which it would not have worked for me, so I requested a digital interview instead, and she was down with that, and we got on Zoom on like, I think it was 7 p.m. on a Wednesday something, right? But very random day, but so we got on an interview, and I think this one went a lot better. Just I felt more comfortable, especially because I was just in my room and not in a crowded Starbucks, but I felt a lot better about it, had a lot better time sort of just talking with the person, and I actually had questions to ask them this time at the do you have any questions?
I hear that's always like a good thing to ask.
Yeah.
Did you like, what questions did you ask her? Or like, how long were the interviews? 'Cause I heard it can like vary.
I think I actually don't remember. I think it might have been like 45 minutes.
Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, that's good. What were the follow-up questions? Was it like based on what she said, or just like stuff that you prepared ahead of time?
Wow, I have really bad memory. How do I not remember this stuff? I think I asked a little bit about the sort of dorming system for Harvard, because it's actually kind of unique. And for first years, right, you get sorted into first year dorms. It's in a place called the Harvard Yard, right? And then afterwards, in your second year, you get sorted into these almost houses, right? And my friends like to joke that it's like Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. I heard.
So I asked her, do you think that sort of like dorming system helped you to create connections? Because I was really worried about sort of making friends there, because not in NYC anymore, and I hadn't left the city ever really. I think I left like maybe twice, but I was worried about that, so I asked if that sort of helped her to make connections and like feel comfortable at Harvard, and I'm pretty sure the answer was yes. But I can't remember like the nuances of her response. And then I asked a more like silly question of food spots, which honestly I think was a good question.
Did you like take down notes and like stuff? That's good. Was she taking down notes too, right? When she was
not gonna lie, she was really laggy, so I couldn't actually tell.
Was that like really weird where it's like you're talking and then like it lags and then she can't hear you, and then
it was actually vice versa, or not vice versa, oh my lord, but it was the other way around. She would say something, cut out, and I'd be like, can you repeat that? And I had to ask her to repeat one question like 4 times because she kept cutting out on that one question. I was so confused.
It's okay. I'm guessing it went well then for you. Was she like very like a new alumni or like one of the older ones that like?
That's a very good question. I think.
Wait, so it wasn't like you didn't see her through the video camera? It was
I did.
Okay.
Our cameras were on, so we could see each other. It's just I forgot what year. Hold on, I could
check. She tells you.
I know the MIT interviewer did, so the Harvard one might have, but I just didn't make a note of what year she graduated. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, no, I don't have it written down anywhere, at least.
Okay, it's okay. Do you think they went well? Like, did you have like a I got that over with relief after, or was it something that you were like excited for?
Definitely had I got that over with relief. But I felt a bit more like happy with how the interview went when compared to like my MIT interview. So yeah.
Do you think it was like a big part in like your decision, like their decision of accepting you?
Honestly, I have no clue. I don't know if I said anything in that interview that I didn't mention at some point in my actual like physical application. I would like to think that it did help in like sort of fleshing out who I was as a person, and I think that my interviewer was a very nice person and might have given me more credit than I should have.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of miss this on when we're talking about like the art, like your process and your preparation. What was like? How'd you go about like your letter of recommendations? Like, did you ask your junior year? Because that's what I heard a lot of people like do.
So I asked, for one of them, I did ask a junior year teacher. I asked Mr. Stern, who is my AP Physics 1 teacher. I feel like that was sort of the given
Did you take hybrid?
choice.
You took hybrid?
No, I went through like Regents, then AP1, and now APC. So I asked Mr. Stern my AP Physics 1, which was sort of the obvious choice, but I did actually really like being in Mr. Stern's class. I thought he was a really patient person, just a very good teacher in general, so I thought it was a good choice. And for my second one, I asked Mr. Dunbar, who wasn't my junior year teacher, but he was my sophomore year teacher, and I had a lot of time to interact with him because Nightingale Theatre, right, and the Spring Musical, because he's sort of the like theatre person, right? So I interacted with him a lot, and I had been in his sophomore class, and I was pretty sure I was going to be in his senior class as well, just because I had been in his sophomore class, and there's like this sort of track that I was following for theatre, and also because I ranked his class first. But yeah, so I wasn't too worried about him not being my junior year teacher, just because I felt that he knew me well enough to write a good letter of recommendation.
Did you like consider any other teachers? Or was it like, oh my god, I'm gonna choose these two, and I'm like so sure about it, and they're gonna like write perfect essays? Like letters, I meant.
I was actually pretty sure about my two. I had like them locked down at the end of junior year, locked down, and I was like, I'm gonna choose these two. And then I was told that I should probably choose a junior year teacher for my second one. So Mr. Stern was fine because he was a junior year teacher. I was told that I should probably choose a junior year teacher. And so I was like, what junior year teacher would I choose for a humanities recommendation, right? And
Do you need like one science, like one STEM one and one humanity? You don't need one, right? It's just like...
I think that's the norm. I don't know if it's required. I know some schools, if you're applying to like an engineering school, they'll require like a science or a calculus teacher. But the norm, at least from what I feel, is one science or one STEM in general and one humanities. So the one that was in question was my humanities one, and I was like, who am I going to choose? So I ended up between Mr. Dunbar and Mr. Owens, my Latin teacher, right? So I went back and forth for a bit. I was like, which one am I choosing? And I ended up just going with Mr. Dunbar because I had like locked that one in, and I just knew him better.
Did you have Mr. Owens for like 2 years? Just 1 year?
Yeah.
For Latin 1?
Or Latin 2.
Oh, okay. Do you think like he was a really good teacher for...
For Latin? Definitely. I learned a lot from his class, and I had a lot of fun too. I don't know if that was because... I don't know, it was probably a little bit of both. It was because he was...
Was it because of Winko?
Huh?
Was it because of Winko? He played Winko?
I think I won Winko 12 one time that entire year, which I'm proud of. But
I won one too. I got the prize and I lost it within like an hour of having it, so...
But yeah, he was a good teacher, and I had friends in that class, so I had a great time in Latin too.
That's good. That's really good. I heard it's like harder than... Yeah. It is?
Yeah, it's harder.
Kweller Prep provides advanced academic help for students, especially Townsend Harris High School students. We work with so many over the years. We help students get ready for applications to the best colleges in America and beyond. Kweller Prep has been servicing families for over 20 years, and many of them are Townsend Harris High School students.
And why should students join Kweller Prep?
Oh, it's an incredible community, as evidenced by our ice cream truck downstairs. Kweller Prep is a great environment where you'll make friends, you'll have fun, and you'll learn.
Okay. I want to go over like just like your advice for underclassmen, and like just let's start with advice for underclassmen.
Advice. I think at least what I found very useful was sort of there's no dumb ideas, right? So for supplements or a common app personal essay, you sort of, what I did was I just wrote down every possible idea that I could have written about. So like for my supplements, I would have multiple variations of one supplement talking about different topics, and then I would sort of just try to rough draft all of them, and I would be like, which one's better? I don't like this one. Let me go with this one. And from there on, I would sort of just continue working on that one. So I would say almost, I think, word vomit. Just throw things on the page and see what sticks. Other advice.
Was it like a long process of like writing and like rewriting and like drafting?
Every supplement I wrote had at least 3 versions that I'd spent hours on. It was definitely something. Or specifically for Harvard, there was a period of time where I had no idea what I was going to write about, and I sort of just stared at a blank document for days. And I was like, what am I going to write about here?
But was it like a light bulb thing that just like oh my god, I know what to write, or it's just like you just couldn't think of it until like, did you ask like anyone else for like advice when you like didn't know which one to put?
For some of them, it was a light bulb moment, and for others, it was, I have no clue. So I sort of like, I jotted down a few ideas. I hopped on a video call with my friend who I think was walking her dog at the time. But I hopped on a video call and I was like, listen to this prompt. Which one should I write about? Which one do you think? And then we sort of went back and forth, and it ended up being something along the lines of like, you wrote about this for a different supplement already. Try a new idea, because you don't want to repeat ideas.
That makes sense. Okay, that's good. Wait, let's pretend this question, like we'll push it back. I want to talk about wait, what was one thing? your admissions, like when you got the results back for, like on Ivy Day, like your Cornell, and like which one did you go first? Was there like an order, like, or like something that you were like, oh my god, this is like Harvard, I gotta like wait until like, you know, was it like you were very stressed for it? Like what was like, how'd you feel during that time?
I was actually, I wasn't all too stressed because I had like told myself over and over again, don't get your expectations high, you're gonna get rejected. Like, set those expectations on the floor, right? So I was in my room, and I was like, oh, it's, I think it was 7 p.m. Yeah, I was by myself. My parents were at work. I don't, my brother was probably still at college. But I was in my room. I had, like, my dim lighting, my fairy lights, and my little lamp on, right? So I was actually on my bed. I opened Harvard first because I was like, let me pull the Band-Aid off because this is the one that I know I'm not gonna get in, right? And then they didn't send an email yet saying that the results were out.
Okay, you just like checked out, like,
yeah, I just checked it, and I opened it, and when I saw like the confetti and heard the video that they had playing, I was like, what?
Oh my god, that's so exciting.
And I proceeded to start crying.
Oh, it's so cute.
Because
it's so
I
cute.
didn't expect it at all.
Yeah.
Right? So after that, I was like, okay, as I was still crying,
Did you
I
film,
decided
like, a
to
reactions video?
Because I was so ready to get rejected, so I didn't even bother setting it up. I was like, okay, let me just get it over with, right? So I opened Cornell immediately after it, and then I saw the confetti for Cornell as well. I was like, what's happening? But yeah, that was my Ivy Day reactions.
That was good. Did you like, were you like really fast, like texting everyone, you knew, like, oh my god, I did? No? Were you like scared to like tell people?
In a sense, yes, because I don't really like talking all that much about my college not even college applications. I like asking for advice and stuff, but I don't like talking about which colleges I got into, right? So the only people I really texted was one close friend who helped me a lot with my essays, and another one who. So what happened during the day was I play Pokemon TCG, right? The gambling one where you like roll for packs. And I have this like superstition that I hold very dear to my heart, that if I have good luck in a game, that means my real life luck would be terrible, right? So that day earlier in gym class, I had pulled a really rare card. And then I was panicking because that was like, this is it. It's over for me. So I was like, it was a good run while it lasted. And then one of my friends, it was a Thursday, and was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday. But Nightingale was meeting, and one of my friends had done like a blessing for me. And I was like, I'm gonna need that, thank you. And so when I opened my acceptance letter, I texted them immediately, like, thank you for reversing my bad luck.
Aw, that's cute, that's cute.
But yeah.
How did your parents react? Did you like tell them like so slowly, or like just show them the letter? And like,
I screenshotted the 2 letters. I sent them to my mom.
And
my
mom
at
once?
Yeah, at once. And my mom was like, what are you showing me? And I was like, Mom.
Oh, so she can't like read English. Oh, okay, I see.
She was just confused what I was showing her. And I'm like, I got in. And she's like, oh.
Aw, that's so cute. Did your family know? Were they like really excited for you? Because I know like first generation's like at least in Asian families, like kind of, it's like exciting and like proud moment that.
When they got home, right, I told them again with words this time and not like just a picture. Yeah. And I started crying again. And they sort of like teased me for crying, but I think they were actually really happy.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. Did you like, I don't know, was there anything like conflicting about your decision? Did you like just know Harvard, or like did your parents like make an impact on your decision?
I was actually kind of conflicted because I applied for engineering, right? So I got accepted to Cornell's School of Engineering, and that's sort of what Cornell is known for. And while Harvard is obviously Harvard, right, I didn't hear all that much about their engineering school. I sort of applied to Harvard on a whim, I'm not gonna lie, just because my friend, a senior from like last year, they said, I'm gonna see you at Harvard next year, right? And so I was like, you know what, I'll just apply for funsies, right? And so I was stuck between these two because it's Harvard. How can I turn that down? But also it's Cornell engineering specifically.
Did you get into for like Harvard engineering too? Okay.
Or Harvard has this thing where you go in and you don't have to declare a concentration or like a major, right? You don't have to declare it until I think it's the second semester of your second year. But so I technically don't have a major at Harvard. I'm allowed to sort of just like
test it out.
Yeah,
like,
test
see,
out the waters, try different classes. So I think it's just Harvard College, right? So that's the undergraduate school. And I forgot the question.
It's just like, were you conflicted in like your decision? Did you like, because I know it was like Thursday was like the due date. Did you like wait until like the last day to make it? Yeah, you think so?
I absolutely waited till the last day. What I ended up doing is I asked that senior who told me to apply to Harvard also got into Cornell, right? For engineering as well.
Okay.
So I ended up asking I asked her, why did you pick Harvard over Cornell, right? And then her responses really helped to choose Harvard. And I also asked some friends who had also gotten into Cornell and went to the admitted students events because I couldn't go. I didn't have time. But I asked, and they didn't like their experience at Cornell as much because it was like raining. They didn't feel very good like physically, and it was just miserable. And there was a lot of walking as well, so they were telling me about their experience and I was like, oh man. And that sort of like geared me, made me shift towards Harvard more. But also I feel like deep down I probably would have chosen Harvard
because it's Harvard.
It's Harvard. So I was conflicted, but also kind of
your
not
gut
really.
kind of like you're like you kind of had it, but you just want like confirmation on it. That makes so much sense. Okay, was it like did your friend like know the second you got in? That friend that's like now a freshman
at Harvard? No, actually.
Oh, was she excited too?
I think she found out through another friend.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah, I don't really talk to people about my college acceptances, which I got flamed for because another friend who helped me with my supplements and not my supplements. This friend helped me with my personal essay a lot. Right? I didn't tell them. And I saw them while I was at the admitted students event for Harvard. And then,
so they also
or no, they don't go to Harvard, but they were visiting from another Boston school. And then they were like, why are you here? Because they didn't know. And I'm like, oh, I took, like, my badge had flown over my shoulder as I ran towards them, right? And then I was like, oh, I got it. And then they were like, hey, you didn't tell me?
Oh, that's cute. It's like cute and it's like surprise, like acceptances. That's good. Like, were you stressed going into this like process, or like afterwards? Were you like, I guess like maybe like fighting for opportunity, like not fighting for opportunity, like were you like stressed overall, like comparison in high school, or were you just like, I just do the things I want, I'm like it's fine, you know?
I was a bit stressed because at points it felt like, oh, I'm not doing enough competitions, I'm not getting enough awards, that's going to be the weak point of my application, and I was worried about that. But at the same time, I was also happy with what I was doing because I just did whatever I liked to do, and if I didn't like something, I wasn't going to force myself to do it because I know if I didn't like something, it wasn't going to go on my application anyways.
Yeah, that's good. That's like how you wanted it to, yourself to be like portrayed in the thing. Yeah. Okay. What about like your reflections on your experience and what you would have done differently or like similarly? Was it just like a you're happy with how it played and like you don't want to think about it again type of thing?
I think I'm pretty happy with how mine went just because I don't know, it's just when I look back on it, I'm happy with the results, and sure there's stuff in the process where I probably could have spent less time doom scrolling and more time working on getting my tone right, but I'm pretty happy. I had fun writing my supplements. Or like specifically for the ones that weren't like why major, for like the funnier ones like roommate questions, I had a lot of fun writing those. I had a bit of fun with my personal personal essay as well, just telling stories, because I enjoy telling stories. They're fun.
That's good. what do you think was like the best way to approach it? Because I know you said you procrastinated, but like for underclassmen, how would you say like, or like I guess people who are applying next year, how would you think is like the best way to approach it?
Don't procrastinate it. Start jotting down ideas early, just so that if you do need time to sit on them and sort of decide, you can have that time to decide on between ideas. It's okay to procrastinate a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Just because if you can't get things on a page, I don't think there's really a point in trying to force it. Of course, if you're like on the time crunch, the hardest part is just getting started, which is why I sort of just like write nonsensical sentences to try and get the words flowing. And I guess just have fun with it, because it's you're condensing yourself onto paper, right? And you kind of want to portray yourself as like a fun person, or I guess if that's not you, you want to portray yourself as accurately as possible. So just be yourself, have a bit of fun with the writing, because some of the supplements are actually really fun to write. And yeah.
Get like any last words of like encouragement?
Other than just good luck. Don't stress out too much. Make sure that when you read your supplements over, try reading them out loud. Try to see if you can hear yourself in them, and just be yourself, because you're cool people. Just let the admissions officers know it.
Okay, that's good. I think we're done. Good. Okay.
Do we have to say bye?
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Admitted. You can follow us on Instagram, Teachers Classic, and this YouTube channel, The Classic TV. The next episode will be up in the following week. And thank you so much for watching again, and we'll catch you guys soon. Bye.